watching a global celebration of all things Notre Dame, where we invite you to watch, connect, give, and vote. This is Notre Dame Day, live from the La Fortune Student Center.
Welcome back to Notre Dame Day. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to hour number 3 of Notre Dame Day, a 29-hour global celebration of the University of Notre Dame. So we're only, gosh, I can't even do the math, 3/29ths of the way in. Is that a number? Does that work?
All I know is after 9:30, I fall asleep.
Me too. My cutoff is 10 o'clock. I said I am in bed by 10. That's what happens when you graduate and you move on. Your bedtime gets earlier and earlier as time goes
although
on.
from what I understand, you had no trouble staying up all night, not to study when you were an undergrad.
I did just fine.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yep, those days are long gone, though. It's so sad. I look around here, and they're so young, so
Oh,
able.
somebody found your yellow highlighter.
They did. People found it. I'm
She
so
had a
grateful.
turnover the first
I did.
hour.
So I was told before I came out here, if I wore a yellow necklace, I needed to have a highlighter match it. And so I made a point to have this in hand when I started to make my father and my 3 brothers proud, because they all know that they said tie matches a highlighter.
And why did they say that? Because what do?
Because your tie and your highlighter always match. So
That's
I
good.
did the
You got
girl
it. I'm
turn.
proud of you.
Thank you, thank you. I did lose it after hour number 2, so thank you very much to whomever went and located one for me. I really appreciate it. Saved me a lot of dignity sitting next to Digger tonight.
Yeah.
All right, you got an exciting hour coming up. You've been looking forward to this. We're talking some Notre Dame athletics.
Yeah, when you go back to the history, of course, I was a young kid growing up in the Hudson Valley, and between Army and Notre Dame, it was always football. And then I'm coaching St. Gabriel's High School in Hazelton, Pennsylvania in 1965. And I write this guy named Eric Parsegan a letter. He's head football coach. Tell him I love Notre Dame, the essence of Notre Dame, and what he's doing in football, someday I want to do in basketball. Well, 6 years later, at the age of 29, I get here. But my first year, we go 6-20. We're horrible. Bob Knight, my buddy, beats me 94-29. We lose by 65 points. But then year 2, we start to get better and better, and we end up losing the NIT championship. But year 3, we're unbeaten, playing against number 1, Bill Walton, UCLA, their 88-game winning streak. And we're down 11 with 3:22 to go. We shut them out, change our press, force them into 4 turnovers. They go 0 for 6. We go 6 for 6. And we upset UCLA, and that was the beginning of it. We just took off and became a power. And the UCLA-Notre Dame game became like Notre Dame Southern Cal in football. What was interesting, speaking of football, Dan Devine, when he first took over after Era in 75, I said, if you want to get rid of the Parsegan myth, wear green jerseys for Southern Cal. They hadn't worn green since some guy named Leahy went undefeated 47, 48, and 49.
It's all about the color of the jersey.
Year 1, he doesn't do it. Year 2, Alabama's coming up with Bear Bryant. His last year coaching at Alabama. And I'm in the coach's room getting dressed. He's getting dressed for football. You going to wear the... No. Year 3, I'm getting dressed. Southern Cal's coming in. I said, you going to wear those green jerseys? He said, I got to talk to you. I said, what? He said, I want you to speak at a pep rally Friday night at Steppen Center. That's when pep rallies were pep rallies. A half hour, in and out, 3 speakers. Okay, fine. I said, are we wearing the green? He says, yes. I said, who knows? He said, the equipment manager, you and me. I said, do you know how to do it? He says, what do you mean? I said, let the team warm up in blue. And while they're out in the field, have the managers put those green jerseys on every locker. And when they come back upstairs, shut the door and stay up there. Don't go down in that tunnel. Don't let Southern Cal see them. I don't care if you got to take a delay of the game to start the game. Make sure they're out in that field before you come out of that tunnel. And Dan, do yourself a favor. Don't give a pre-game talk because you're not going to need one. To a T. They come out of the tunnel, and I got a picture of John Robinson, the coach of Southern Cal, looking at the tunnel with his mouth wide open. Yes, I think the score is 42-19. But the only other stat that I got to mention, and this is what's so special about Notre Dame, because we make the commitment for student athletes. In the 20 years I coached here, 56 guys played for me. All 56 got their degrees, including Adrian Dantley and Gary Brokaw, who left after their junior years, but I made them promise their mothers, you're coming back to finish in summer school. And I'll never forget when Dantley got his degree, you know, he's in the Hall of Fame, NBA player, Olympic player, rookie of the year, whatever. When he got that degree, he looked at his mom, Virginia, and said, Mom, they can never take this away from me. That's what makes Notre Dame so special, because we walk the talk, and student athletes are student athletes, and then we teach them life after basketball, life after football, life after soccer, life after hockey, whatever it may be. What's sad, the NBA and the NFL, they had these stats out about 3 years ago now. 70% of the NFL, NBA players, 5 years after they retire, 5 years, they're bankrupt. That doesn't happen to Notre Dame student athletes. And that's what makes this place special, because we get them ready for the game of life.
You clearly know how to make an entrance, whether it's on the field or sending your students out there.
That's what it is.
All right.
That's what it is.
Thanks so much, Digger. And it's been another banner year for the Fighting Irish. So for the 7th straight year, Notre Dame claimed the national championship for graduating its student athletes. As Digger said, Notre Dame here had the highest graduation success rate in the nation, better than Northwestern, Stanford, and Duke. And as you know, Notre Dame's first ACC championship went to the men's soccer team, and better yet, they won their first ever national championship. In fact, we'll be meeting some of Notre Dame's newest national champions soon, right here in the studio. Plus, we'll talk with former Notre Dame All-American Ruth Riley. But right now, we'll go to one of the most iconic places on Notre Dame's campus. Joining us live in the heart of Notre Dame Notre Dame Stadium is reporter Justine Ward. It looks like you're there with some familiar faces, Justine.
That's right, Abby. I'm standing on very sacred, hallowed ground as far as ND athletics go. This is what every Notre Dame fan dreams of. I'm here live in the Notre Dame Stadium locker room. And joining us now are 3 Notre Dame graduates, as well as familiar faces from the 2013 Fighting Irish football team. How are you guys doing? How does it feel to be back? We have Zach Martin, Tommy Reese, and Chris Watt here. How does it feel to be back in the locker room that brought you so many great memories?
It feels great. This is obviously a very special place for us, and you never know when you're going to be back in here. So a lot of good memories in here with these guys. So, it's a special place.
All right, Zach, and let's chat with you for a little bit, because NFL draft less than 2 weeks away. You're supposed to go in the first round. I've seen some of the mock drafts. It's looking like pick 16, pick 17, around there. We'll see. What are you doing to prepare?
I'm just up here working out in South Bend with all these guys. We've been up here for a little over about a month and a half, training for it, and then heading back to Indy in a few days to hang out with the family before that night.
Nervous, excited?
A little anxious. Just kind of, the waiting process is kind of a drag. So waiting for it to get over and looking forward to see what team I go to.
All right. And Tommy, you have the second most career touchdowns for any Notre Dame quarterback in history. I know you'd like to throw a few more of those passes in the pros. What are you doing to prepare?
Pretty much the same thing as Zach. We've been here for 2 months now, training and working out, and I've been working with Coach LaFleur, who's been awesome. And it is a very long process. It's been a lot of fun, though, and it's good to be back in the locker room. It feels like I'm home, so it's awesome to be here.
Do you have a favorite memory as a Notre Dame player?
Just being in the locker room with the guys. Obviously, we had so many great wins, and anytime we won a game, we'd stand up here and sing the fight song. That was always something we cherished doing. So it's great to be back, in here.
All right. And Chris, you were a 3-year starter for Notre Dame, and I understand you're preparing to enter the draft as well.
Mm-hmm. Basically just echo what these guys have to say. We've been here for the past month and a half working out, and it's been going great. We've been working pretty hard to kind of fulfill the dreams we've had since we were young kids. So just looking forward to the opportunity coming.
Got some chuckling going on back here. Well, all 3 of you are leaving the Notre Dame football team. So talk me through this next season. Who is going to be the breakout star this year?
I'm going to say Ronnie Stanley.
All right.
Yeah.
Tommy, your vote?
That's not a huge upset. He's been starting for a year now. I really like, we got a lot of young talent, maybe Will Fuller at receiver. Him or a guy like Torrey Hunter, I think, can both step up and do some great things.
All right, and Chris, your vote goes to?
Mine goes to Mike Hireman. He's really kind of stepped up in the weight room this offseason. That's why I think he's going to do really well for the Irish next year.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? My brother plays for Stanford. He's going to be a 5th-year senior fullback. I'm getting some groans over here. He's given me a lot of smack about last year's game. This year, can we beat Stanford?
Oh, absolutely. I think, we're going to have a lot of talent on this team, and, it'll be fun to watch, but absolutely.
All right. Well, that's it here from the Notre Dame locker room live. Best of luck to you 3 in the NFL draft on May 8th. Abby, I'm going to send it back to you and Digger in the studios. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Justine. It was an outstanding year for Notre Dame men's soccer. They won their first national championship in school history, beating Maryland. But it wasn't easy. Let's watch a recap of their hard-fought win.
Ambrose, ship shot, save, Zach Steffen. And you can see Notre Dame zoning it off defensively on this corner. Shot is cleared off the line. Second ball, it's in. Who is it? but Patrick Mullins, he has scored to put the Terrapins up 1-0. Helped on by Beasler. Leon Brown has tied it up. Swiveled and hit it. Right into the side netting. What a response from Notre Dame.
This is credit to Leon Brown staying effective. How quick is that turn? And then no mistake about it. Get that defender on your hip, turn, have a shot, great finish. And that puts Notre Dame right back into this ball game.
Swung in. It's a good-looking ball. The header's in. It's O'Malley. It's Notre Dame. It's 2-1 now in the national championship game.
And allow your runners to get on the end of it. Good finish from the senior Andrew O'Malley. But what a ball from Harrison Shipp.
The Fighting Irish. Well, for the first time in their history, they are the 2013 NCAA Men's College Soccer National Champions.
Well, I'm very fortunate to be with a national championship coach, namely Bobby Clark of our men's soccer team, but the most important player on his team, the captain, Andrew O'Malley, who scored the winning goal in that championship game in some field that outside of Chester, Philadelphia, you saw as a kid growing up, and there you are winning a title with that last-second goal.
Yeah, it's a really amazing feeling to do it in front of friends and family. It's something to do that I can't explain it. I really can't.
Bobby, you've been here how many years before you won it?
I was 30 years.
How close were you?
We've been close a few times.
Yeah.
The year before, I think we really should have won it, you know, but I don't know, we just didn't do it.
So you win it. And as soon as that gun, clock, whatever it was, goes off, what is your immediate inside reaction? Could you believe it?
I did, yeah. I believe we're going to win it every year.
Yeah.
But I'm one of these positive guys. I thought we should have won it the year before. You know, we were the #1 seed going in the year before. We got a few injuries. This guy got injured, of course, coming right down the wire, so we had to play without him. We had to play without Luke Mishu. We had a couple of guys that were missing, and I think that hurt us the year before because...
All right, Anderson, go back to when you were junior.
Sure.
And you were #1 seed, and you lose right away.
Yeah.
Did that stay in your head? And you as captain say, hey, guys, not this year. We got to get there, and we're going to win it.
Everyone held on to that feeling. Our sports psychologist, Dr. Franco, actually gave us the analogy of holding onto the thorns of the rose. So it was a good season to win a Big East championship, but everyone had those thorns in their hand all year.
Bobby, I never had a sports psychologist. I was a sports guy psychologist, and I'm sure you were the sports psychologist. So no matter what this professional person said, and he does a good job. What inspiration did you give these guys knowing that, okay, let's keep moving, we're healthy, which is always important, let's make that journey and get to that championship game?
I think there was a lot of excitement. I thought we decided, I think there's a few things went different this year. I think our fitness coach put in a completely new program over the summer. And I think it was easy to install this because we're going into the ACC. And although the Big East was a very, very strong soccer conference, the ACC is the Cadillac.
Really?
And I think that was a huge inspiration to the guys. I think we came back fitter. I think we took one game at a time. I think that was the big thing. And every game, we played by far the hardest schedule in the country. We opened with UCLA, and then we played SMU, and then we played UN. It was just one bomb, 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 bomb. And I think that was one game at a time. And I think when we got to the tournament time, we were tournament ready. We knew we could play with anyone in the country.
I think a lot of coaches make that mistake. I look at Wichita State this year going unbeaten in basketball. What really hurt them is when Creighton got out of the Missouri Valley and went into the Big East. They became a better team. Wichita State, next thing you know, they don't play anybody tough. And then here they are. They got to play Kentucky, who beats Kansas State in order to play Wichita State, and they go down to Kentucky. I love coaches like what you just said that go out pre-season and start playing the wars around the country, because not only is it going to get you mentally ready and physically ready, don't you feel that once you get through that conference, now bring on where are we going, who we playing that first round, let's get focused.
And it doesn't matter. Through the spring season, we have a spring season. We always play nearly away games. Nearly all our games are on the road. Pre-season, 2 out of the 3 on the road, so that we don't get comfortable. We're always going to different places. It's a little bit different, and the guys, we know we can win anywhere.
There you go.
With a captain like this.
Let me tell you something. Show me the box of rings. This is the championship. Just show it to that camera.
Magic
all right?
box here.
Now, you were this year's captain. Now we find out that since you were a redshirt your freshman year, you're a 5th-year senior.
Yes, sir.
And you're coming back for another captaincy to go on and win back-to-back national titles in soccer?
We are. That's the idea.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
I'm impressed. Bobby, that's got to excite you that he's back.
There's four guys are returning. 4 5th-year guys. Because they all had either through injury or something, or that they've got an extra year of...
Do you feel that now that you won it, every game you play, you're a target?
Absolutely.
Not only that,
absolutely.
there's trap games, especially in the ACC. Some team that's maybe about here, we got them this week on the road. Let's go. And all of a sudden, you guys in those trap games take a loss and you look at each other. Why weren't we ready for this one?
Can't take anybody lightly, ever. I think that's a mantra of our team, that every game is treated like a national championship. So I think for our team that won't be a problem. We'll be all mentally prepared for every single game.
As I look at Notre Dame, we talk a lot about who we are and what we are as a university. Tell me about grassroots soccer and what that does for community service with you and your team.
Grassroots soccer is an HIV. They use soccer to educate and test young Africans about HIV. So it works out of sub-Saharan Africa, so Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa. And we've adopted this as one of our charities. And we're actually going out on the 19th of May. We're going out to Zimbabwe, to Bulawayo, Zimbabwe for 3 weeks.
Good for you.
And we're going to play some games against some very good African teams. We'll also do a lot of service working with the people in the field. Actually, at the moment, there's 2 of our former players are interns working with grassroots in Bulawayo, Greg Klazura and Michael Rose. So they're actually out there, and I think it'll be great. They're setting up the whole trip, and we're going to do some service work in Africa. I coached in Africa in 1983, and actually the charity, the organization was started by Tommy, my oldest son. He's a pediatrician.
Okay.
And he's a soccer junkie. When he graduated as an undergraduate from Dartmouth, he went out and taught in Africa, in Zimbabwe for a year. And he came back, went to medical school, and he found out a lot of the kids that he had known when he was a 12-year-old. That year when I coached in Africa, the family had died of HIV.
Wow.
And this kind of got him thinking, and he came up with an idea.
That's beautiful.
And it's now his life, really.
What a great education for you guys on this team.
Absolutely.
About the real game of life. And you know, soccer's soccer. But when you make a difference in people's lives, especially with HIV, Bobby, my hat's off to you. That's a great tribute to you, your kids, and your program. And what people have got to understand, when we talk about Notre Dame, and we talk about the legends and traditions and mystiques of Notre Dame, what you're seeing and what you're hearing, this is the now generation of what Notre Dame really is. These guys win a national title. This young man, Andrew, wants to come back for another year to lead his teammates to defend that national title. But here's Coach saying, hey, Bobby Clark, we're going to Africa. For what? Let's get focused to the real world, that hopefully we find a way with this HIV so that these people can also win in the game of life. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Thank you for being a part of this.
Thanks, Digger.
Okay. That's pretty cool as I look at these 2 guys leaving. As I'm trying to read this, because the lights are in my eyes, whoever put this up this way, I'm having trouble reading it. But is it Emma Rini, a junior from Kansas, made some waves in the water? I think she is a swimmer and won a national title with the breaststroke, and she broke her own record in the process. Let's watch it. What a performance, and let's see what it looks like.
We get a look at the record holder in this event from Notre Dame, Emma Rini in lane 5.
Shocked the swimming community when she broke that record. Bria Larson's record at the ACC Championships.
Emerini with the early lead in lane 5. Notre Dame has never won an event at the NCAA championship. It would be a big moment.
It would be a huge moment, not only for the swimming community, but obviously Notre Dame. Well, she is out fast. On that great extension she has out front, there she is right above her, Bria Larson, who was out very slow at this point. 59.3. Unbelievable. Bria Larson is almost a second slower. That there's no way anybody's going to catch her now. Reenie's in fourth. McGregor having a good one up there in lane number 3. The record time, 2:04.34.
Emerini for the Irish. Can she win it? Yes, easily a new American record.
That's Brian Barnes right there, her coach. Now she can smile. There he is to the left. What a great moment for the Fighting Irish.
Oh man, I don't have much going through my head right now. I'm so proud that I can do this for the University of Notre Dame because I am obsessed with my school. I don't think anyone will be able to understand. But yeah, I don't know right now. We're going to take a while to soak this one in.
And your champion, a junior from Notre Dame, her time of 2:04.06, establishing a new meet, NCAA, U.S. Open, and American record. Ladies and gentlemen, Emerini.
What a performance. Can you believe that? I mean, that's what makes it so special. She gets in there as an individual and just has the will to win and be a national champion.
Yeah, bet we see her in the Olympics someday. What do you think?
Why not? Give it a shot.
Absolutely.
My cousin's coming back. Michael's Phelps.
Your cousin?
Yeah, right.
You have the same the skills run in the family?
I don't think so.
All right.
I'm a landlubber. I don't go in the water.
Well, hopefully we'll see her in 2016. Yeah. All right, thanks so much. Coming up next, we have two domers. Notre Dame athletics aren't the only way to earn a place in history. These guys have earned a place on the Notre Dame soundtrack. They've performed music with some of the biggest rap artists in America, and it all started in a makeshift studio in a Zom Hall dorm room. Their names are Lauren Santiago and Jeff Stevens, and together they are Santiago times the natural. Trisha Hart is live with them at the Notre Dame Day performance stage. Hey, Trisha.
Hey, Abby. I'm here with Lauren Santiago, and Jeff Stevens. Thank you guys for joining us today. How was your trip here?
It was great, speedy.
We stopped, and I did not get the McDonald's at the BP station. Almost did.
Don't eat the beef.
Don't eat the beef.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that you didn't get to stop at McDonald's. Now, you guys have an interesting story. You two met while you were both students here, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, we met. I was an architecture student, and in Zom, where I used to actually set up my recording studio, and Jeff would come over and lay some verses. So
yeah,
that's kind of how we met.
Yeah, well, we actually met. Myself and another domer came up to him in North Dining Hall, and asked him to record us. And he would charge us $80 instead of doing it for free.
I was like, leave me alone.
Yeah, we eventually worked that out, though.
Capitalism at its finest. Now, obviously, rap is not that huge here at Notre Dame. How did you guys really get started?
It's not.
Well, yeah, we kind of utilized that. You know, there was a void. I was in a rock band. You were moonlighting with an acoustic guitarist.
Right.
But we kind of saw the beauty in what we were making, and thought, wow, this can make some great mainstream hip-hop. So.
And you two are based out of Chicago right now, but what are your day jobs? You guys keep pretty busy, it sounds like.
Yeah, so I'm a corporate attorney by day, billing a lot of hours, reading a lot of documents, drafting. And Lawrence?
Yeah, I do, I dabble. Architecture, art, and I'm also a marketing coordinator.
And a new dad.
Yeah, you just had a baby girl.
Yeah, named Roma. I love her.
So now you'll be extra busy. Going forward, what's kind of next for you guys?
Well, right now we're signing up a licensing deal with this publishing company to try to get some of our material on some of the NFL broadcasts and some of the good television shows out, movie trailers and things like that. And we're going to start there and see where it goes.
We have some big gigs coming up next month. We're performing with Most Def at the Metro in Chicago. And
May 18th.
May 18th, Sunday. Yeah.
And a little plug in there. Yeah. What will you be performing for us tonight?
Got a Hold of Me. It's one of our most recent singles. We shot the video for it maybe like a year or so ago out in LA. he was still living out in LA at the time.
And since then, it's been featured on ESPN and
ESPN First Take.
A number of other shows. So.
All right, well, I'll let you guys set up live tonight from the Notre Dame set. Here today we have Santiago times The Natural.
If they do funky white ball, I'll dance.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta believe me. You gotta hold me.
I say you gotta believe me.
You gotta believe me.
Yeah.
You gotta believe me.
Come
You
on.
gotta hold me.
Yeah. Talk to him.
Something's got a hold of me.
Okay.
A black hole full of gravity. I don't know what you want from me, but every time I fight, it makes me weak. Hey, something's got a hold of me.
Say what?
Don't know what you want from me.
Say what?
Said I'm begging for release. Said something's
Yeah.
got a hold of me.
It feels so good to be back home. Commissioner Gordon Rain, the rap phone. The rap mobile's black on black chrome. That's black on black crime. Can't we all get along? Yo, I'm a pit bull looking for a sprung. You a lost dog looking for a bone. Bow for the king, homie, I've been a dome. Plus the float tight like jeans of Benetton. Things I'm spinning on, trying to make it to the top. I thought I told you that we won't stop. Now the game got a hold of me. You pay the ransom. Now let me see everybody with their hands up. Be so ill for real, it's like cancer. The defense doctor still looking for answers. And the girlfriend saying that I'm handsome. She fine in the face with the body of a dancer.
You know I want you lately.
Okay.
You're everything I need.
Talk to him.
And now I can't let go. Satisfaction's guaranteed. You know I want you lately.
Okay.
You're everything I need. And now I
All
can't
right.
let go.
Yeah,
Satisfaction.
yeah. I say
You gotta believe me.
You gotta believe me.
Yeah.
Come on.
You gotta believe me. You gotta hold on me. Yeah. You gotta believe me.
Something's gotta hold.
You gotta believe me.
Something's
Yeah.
gotta hold of me.
You gotta believe me.
Listen.
You gotta hold on
I talk to him.
me. Yeah.
Yo, I'm sick and tired of me tied to a desk. A three-piece with a tie and a vest. And 6 figures couldn't buy happiness. So right now, I'm willing to die for success. And right now, I'm feeling the fire on my breath as I breathe on this mic till it ain't nothing left. And when I'm going in, they'll say I'm one of the best. But that's artificial like women with fake. So what am I saying? This is where I want to be. The game got a hold on my sleeve. I can't leave. It murdered the original me and I can't grieve. So this is who I be to the moment I can't breathe. When that occurs, I'm hoping I live through my words, whatever they work. Give my mama crib in the burbs, you know. But in the mean and all of the in-between. Don't want to bottle my steam. I gotta follow my dreams. Come on.
I'm suffocating.
Okay.
Go and let me out.
Okay.
Oh, don't you know, Jade? You gotta hold me. I'm suffocating. Go and let me out. Oh, don't you know, Jade? You gotta,
I say
you gotta believe me. You gotta believe me, yeah. You gotta believe me. You gotta hold up me. Yeah. You gotta believe me.
Yo, something's gotta hold of me.
You gotta believe me, yeah. You gotta believe me. You gotta hold up me, yeah.
Black. You guys in the yellow jackets?
Don't know. Natural with a wonderful performance. So great to see Notre Dame alum just like them. I'll send it back to you at the desk, Abby.
Thanks so much, Trisha. Wow, that is incredible. Not every day you see a couple of Notre Dame grads go that far in the rap industry.
That was pretty impressive. And yet to see what they do in their professional careers, yet still have this part of their life where let's rap.
Amazing talent, and great that they're still finding the time to do it.
Yeah.
All right. You've got another treat for us coming up.
Well, I think there's some player that played here a few years back. I think her name was Ruth Riley. She got in the Ring of Honor. She was on the national championship team. She played in the WNBA, and she's been the first to be named MVP in the NCAA and the WNBA finals. So, Ruth, I know you're on the phone. What keeps you busy these days, Ruth, eh?
Well, it's great to be on with you guys and celebrating this day. Obviously, great to be a part of this Notre Dame Day. And I am at home in Miami right now.
Excuse us. Can you send some warm weather up?
I would love to. We have a lot to give down here. But my life has been busy more off the court than on the court these days, just working with the NBA and working with my nonprofit over in South Africa and with the UN Foundation. And so just working this transition as I end my career and enter into life after basketball here in the near future.
What inspired you after basketball to become part of this NBA Global Ambassadors?
Well, I've just been, I think, my gratitude to the people who've helped me, and just grateful for what I've been given, and want to use the platform that I have through sport to help others, and especially when it comes to global health and education for women and children. Those are the issues that I'm most passionate about. And sports, I think it's an avenue that is easy to cross over a lot of different barriers. And when I travel, I may not be able to speak their language, but you get on the court and these kids just have a great time, and you're able to impact their lives. And I absolutely love that.
When you go back and look at what happened this season for the Lady Irish, 4 straight Final Fours, and this year the championship game. And of course, when Ace got hurt, that was a big setback. But what did you think of the program and what they did accomplish this year?
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of our girls. Just blessed to be a small part of where our program has come, and 4 straight Final Fours it's a rare feat. And for Kayla and the senior class going out to be able to accomplish that, and just really grateful for what my time with Notre Dame and with Coach McGraw, and have so much respect for her as a coach and what she's done with the program.
Let's go back 13 years ago.
Uh-oh.
You are standing at the free throw line. Game's tied with 5.8 seconds left and the national championship on the line. What is going through your mind before you take those free throws?
I've been asked this question a few times over the years, and first I'm just glad they called the foul.
Yes.
The line, having the opportunity to shoot a couple of free throws, and honestly, at that moment, you're just thinking, all right, what are my mechanics of a free throw? And I'm not thinking of the magnitude of the situation. I'm just, for me, it was just telling myself, going through my normal routine of how I would shoot a free throw, and just focusing on the small details, and the big picture kind of took care of itself.
When you look at winning that national championship and you look back at your time at Notre Dame as a student athlete, what are you most thankful for?
Well, I've been so blessed, and I love all that Notre Dame embodies. As a student athlete, I enjoyed my experience there, and the opportunity to win a national championship, and for that to be my last game in Notre Dame jersey, is something absolutely special, and I will always cherish. But I think more than that, as I've gone on to play professionally and traveled around the world, I've been able to interact with the Notre Dame family on a global scale, and it's just something that other colleges don't have, and I don't say that in a pretentious way, but our Notre Dame family is just something unique, and I've just been blessed to be one member of this great family.
If you look at your journey the last 13 years, and you mentioned the Notre Dame network, if you could look down the road 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what would you like to accomplish?
Well, that's a great question. I definitely want to go back into the humanitarian space with more time devoted to that. I love my work with the UN Foundation and with the NBA on a global scale, and I see myself also investing in sports marketing, especially as somebody who's been on the union for our players, and continuing to make our league progress and sustainable. Having the opportunity to play professional basketball here in the United States is something that I've loved, and I want to continue to grow that for the girls coming up behind me.
Well, Ruth, thanks so much for joining us on Notre Dame Game Day. But to me, you've always been a special person, and you really typify what a Notre Dame student athlete should be, not just during your college career or WNBA career, but your life after basketball. And we're all proud of you here at Notre Dame. Thanks for being a part of this.
Thanks so much, Figure.
Okay, Justine, there you have it. She's a legend from women's basketball. Now I'm throwing it back to you.
All right, sorry for the delay. There had some technical difficulties. We're standing here at the LaFortune Performance Center here for our Notre Dame Day celebration. We have another awesome performance for you, something very dear in every Notre Dame fan's life. We see them at football games, we see them at basketball games, and now they're here performing a special performance for Notre Dame Day. And joining us now is Chelsea, who is a senior on the Pom Squad. Chelsea, where do you guys typically perform?
We perform at the football pep rallies every Friday, and we perform at the men's home basketball games, along with a lot of other events around campus, sporting events, and other community events.
A lot of practice.
A lot of practice, yeah. We practice a couple hours about 5 times a week, and it goes all year round, so we're pretty busy.
And now you're a senior on the team. Is this your last year? It's a little bittersweet.
I am. This is actually my last performance as a part of the Pom Squad, so I'm a little sad, but it's been a great time.
All right, well, thank you, Chelsea, and I'll leave it up to you guys. Take it away, ladies. Notre Dame Pom Squad. How about those kicks, guys? That was amazing. Thank you so much. Amazing. All right, Abby, I'll send it back to you in studio.
All right, thanks, Justine. Coming up next, it's dorm competition time one more time. Trisha, I understand you're there with Fisher and Morrissey.
You know, Abby, we are out here under the lights now for another round of Notre Dame Day tug of war between rival residence hall Morrissey Manor and Fisher. To my right, I have the Fisher men of Fisher Hall, and to my left, the men of Morrissey Manor. Now, once again, the rules are as follows. No team can have more than 18 members on their side of the rope, and they'll have no more than 3 minutes in order to show off who has the superior strength. Once again, the teams are competing for cash prizes, and when I say go, they're going to start. So am I ready? On mark, get set, go! Morrissey's pulling strong here. They're making quick work of it. And there's time for some celebration. This is possibly the biggest celebration of the day, I would say. Let's see if we can wait for them to calm down. And that was quite possibly the biggest celebration cheer we've had all day. And now let's grab someone from the Morrissey Manor. Now, did you have any type of strategy going in today's tug of war?
Honestly, pull hard.
pull hard. That's it. That's simple.
Well, we had some big guys. We actually got one of our big guys in the team, football team, and we just had them in the back and had a few good big guys in the front, and use your legs rather than your arms and stay low, and it worked out.
How would you describe the rivalry between you and Fisher Hall?
We always like to have South Quad rivalries. So Fisher being right across the quad, always like to beat them when you have the opportunity to. So this was a great team victory, great win for Morrissey, and look forward to more success in the future.
And talking about competition, the Fisher Regatta was this weekend. How did the men of Morrissey do?
It sounds like we did quite well. We had a few guys go out for the Fisher Regatta, and they won their race and competed in the playoffs. I think their boat eventually capsized, unfortunately, but you know what? It ended up well, and hey, you know what? Yeah, that's part of the fun. So.
All right, well, so congratulations. It seems to be a winning weekend for you guys.
Yep.
We will now send it back inside to the Notre Dame studio to check back in with Notre Dame Day.
All right, thanks so much, Tricia. And the competition continues inside. The guys from Morrissey are hoping to keep the winning streak alive here in La Fortune. We're going to play a different kind of game now with these fellas from Morrissey, and then we're going to move on to some gentlemen from Fisher. It's called Heads Up. You played this before. All right, before we get started, we need to take care of names and faces. Tell us your name and a little bit about yourself, what you're up to here at Notre Dame.
I'm Kyle Witzigman. I'm a sophomore, poli-sci major from Springdale, Arkansas.
I'm Sammy Tadros. I'm a biology major from Evansville, Indiana.
All right, Kyle and Sammy, are you guys ready? No pressure. But Morrissey's already started it.
We'll see.
Okay, you know how to play the game?
I do.
All right, let's get it queued up. One guy holds the, there we go. Yep.
Quarterback, no, not quarterback, defensive, last year, Lene Kikua, pass. Professor in the business school, awesome, finance, other one, pass. TV talk show host with Kelly Ripa, graduate of Notre Dame. No. Has a library named after him. 13th floor, he has an office. Yes. Has a memorial gym on South Quad.
New Rockney.
Yes. Dorm with the arch, walk around the lakes, kiss under it.
Lions.
Member of the women's basketball team.
Ruth Riley.
Nope. More recent. Other one.
Caleb McBride.
Pass. Wow,
Oh,
that was bad.
nice try. All right, while it tallies things up, I think we've got a crowd gathering here. Let's hear it if you're here from Morrissey. All right. Thank you guys so much. You've got a good cheering section here. The computer said 4 right. I'm sorry, judges ruling we have to take one off for the whole Regis Philbin. Michael Strahan answer, though Michael Strahan technically is correct. We've got 2 gentlemen joining us now from Fisher Hall, Andy and Josh. Do you guys think you can beat 3?
We'll do our best.
All right, well, before you beat 3, you're going to have to tell us a little bit about yourselves. You are Fisher Hall, obviously.
Yes, I'm Andy Miles. I'm a freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm a PLS major.
Okay.
I'm Josh Naperkowski. I'm a sophomore from Denver, Colorado. I'm an aerospace engineering major.
All right, Josh and Andy, get the game queued up. And while you do that, let's hear it if you're here for Fisher. Nothing like a little pressure from your fellow dorm mates, right? Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, and 1, go.
Mod Quad dorm, not.
O'Neill.
Mod Quad.
Okay.
Near the library.
Pass.
West Quad girls dorm.
Welsh fan.
Correct. Fisher Ace guy. 3rd floor.
Father Scully.
Correct. Location of hip hop night.
Legends.
Correct. God Quad men's dorm.
Soren.
Correct. Played Rudy.
Not sure.
Okay. Founder of Notre Dame.
Father Soren.
Correct. Girls dorm, North Quad,
Kavanaugh?
next to Farley.
Pass.
Breen Phillips, that's my dorm. I'm personally offended now. We'll still let you win if the computer says it. In the meantime, let's hear it one more time. Morrissey? And hang on, wait for it. What does the computer say you got? 5. All right. That means Fisher takes it, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your night with the victory. We'll let you guys go. Meanwhile, we're going to wrap up this next hour, but first we're going to check in with reporter Justine Ward. She's at the Notre Dame Day Social Media Command Center. Hey, Justine.
Hey, that's right. We're here at the Notre Dame Social Media Command Center. Big W for Fisher Hall. Okay. You know what? It's always a ball of fun here in the Social Media Command Center. We got the Palm Squad. They're all dressed up. And we got Mark and Jonathan, who are holding down the fort. What's new this hour, Mark?
Well, thank you very much, Justine. We've had a lot of activity in the last hour, so keep coming out, hitting that NotreDameDay.nd.edu site. Also, in case you don't know it, our social media handles, Facebook.com/ProudToBeND. Also the same with Twitter, Twitter.com/ProudToBeND. I'm going to show you a little bit here on the site. Check out our Facebook page, Twitter, and don't forget Pinterest. Also, Pinterest.com/ProudToBeND. Now, if you're looking to vote and you don't know how, come check it out. Click the big green button, Give and Vote. That'll take you to your page where you make a gift, and then you get to vote. So in this scenario, you could pick academic units, pick your favorite one, then pick from there the school or the sub-department that you want to vote for, and you get your votes in there and tabulated in the competition for $250,000. All right, now taking you through some social and leaderboard, I'm going to pass you on to Jonathan.
Okay, I think their quads are screaming at this point, so thanks, guys. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to show you the monitors in the back here. All right, so again, a ton of Twitter activity recently. We saw a real spike in the last hour. I can tell you, if you're using Instagram us using hashtag NDDay. You could end up on our pick wall here that's on our social ambassador dashboard. We'd love to see you on there. We're seeing tweets from all over the Notre Dame family. I can show you here Travis Thomas, former Notre Dame basketball star, put together this little collage, which was really nice to see. So it was awesome to hear from him. And yeah, so it's been great. Thanks to all of you guys who have made gifts so far. It's been a tremendous response. We know there's a lot of activity with the Residence Hall Challenge. This hall, you just saw a great matchup between Morrissey and Fisher. And I can show you right now, Morrissey dominating amongst our residence halls right now. 4% of the overall vote total. Fisher, you guys aren't even on the list. You got to get out. There's still another 10 minutes left to go for that $1,000 hourly vote challenge. Keep at it, Keep at it, guys. And then, overall, we've had just a ton of activity, 743 gifts, over $320,000. That's thanks to all of you. We're just getting started. And what's coming up next hour?
Jonathan, I took a look over there. It looks like the men's dorms are getting a lot of the love. Ladies, where are you? I was in Lewis Hall. I was in Ryan Hall. I want to see you both up there. So what is up with the trend with that?
I don't know. Well, we've had a few sets of, guys' dorm challenges. Alumni and Dillon were really strong, and Morrissey and Fisher were strong. McGlynn, they had a great turnout outside, so we need to see it from, you alums out there as well. They're coming out for the events on campus. It's up to you to back them up and win them more challenge funds every year.
All right. Well, Jonathan and Mark will be keeping an eye on you guys, so make sure you get on social media and make your voice heard. But before we go, let's take a look at next hour because all of the celebrations are going to continue. Up first, we're going out to SoCal to chat with somebody in Orange County, an ND alum. We're also going to be chatting with 2 Notre Dame professors. And finally, another live performance by Pat McKillen, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure you join us here live in the celebration of Notre Dame Day live at the top of next hour.